So here's the thing. You don't need a dedicated art studio to have success with your art and with your art business. We're going to talk about the 5 most important things you need in a little art space, and then I'm going to give you a little tour of how I make this space work for me. It's totally fine if you don't have a studio. It's great. No problem. Just find a spot that's tucked away that you can set up your stuff and keep it out. Item number 1 that is an absolute must-have is a desk. You need a desk that's big enough to have your paint palette out, your brushes, and then personally I like to have a place for my laptop as well because I use that all the time for reference photos and a bunch of other stuff. The second thing that you need is an easel or a way to support your canvas or panel while you're painting. This is an old one that belonged to my grandpa who passed away just before I was born a long time ago. And it has served me for so many years. I think I started using it way back in high school. And so it's been a great tool for me. The third thing you need is good light. Like for me personally, I have discovered that I have to have natural light for my space while I'm painting. It's just something that I need. I think it's something that I thrive under, and it's become a requirement. So good natural light. If you don't have that, just make sure you have some good ring lights, overhead lights, hairpin lamps. That's what I used to have in my last place, or a canvas lamp, or a mixture of all of those things. Just make sure your light isn't too warm or too cool because that's going to mix with the temperatures of your paints. The fourth thing you need is a good chair. I've got just a nice little swivel chair that I bought from Amazon for $35, and it's held up for a couple of years now, and it's pretty, so that's great. And then the fifth thing that you need is a place to store all of your art supplies. With that being said, I'm going to give you a little tour of my little studio space that is in my own master bedroom. So here is the space. Here's the nice big window. And that right there is the corner of our bed right here. And so you can see where it's at in the room, but we've got a pretty good amount of space. So over here, my daughter had her art supplies set up and we were painting together yesterday. This is my nice little chair that I got from Amazon. It's been really great. And if you are interested in what chair it is, just comment and I will send you the link for where I got that. This is the desk that I have, and it's really handy because it's one that goes up and down. So it has a crank. Now there are electric desks, and I don't know why I chose to get a manual one. It just felt right for some reason. Maybe I didn't want to deal with the chance of an electric one not, stopping, not working. And so I went ahead with the manual one. This does pull out, which is nice if I don't want to have that sticking out, and I have taken that off before. So here's my desk, and go up and down. And as you can see, it's big enough. It's really sturdy. It's got wheels, but it's big enough for me to be able to have my glass palette here, which is actually a cutting board, and I love this thing. I've got some canvas underneath, but it's big enough for my big paint palette. It's got space for my brushes and my turpentine, and then my paints, and then over here my laptop. So this is kind of my business space. And then right here is my canvas lamp, and if you have never heard of the canvas lamp before, it's amazing. I've talked about it in some of my other videos, and it actually comes with a nice walnut base that I can pop out of that little clip and put into the walnut base, but that does take up space, so I like it clipped onto the edge of the desk. So this is a canvas lamp. I like this because it has a phone mount on the top, and it's a light, and it's got 3 different settings. You can get darker, and then it goes from warm to medium to cool light. So I like using that for overhead if I want to film things, overhead, and or even just for capturing reels, whatever. It's really flexible and it's really sturdy. I've had it for a couple of years, and I do have an affiliate link. I will leave that below if you would like to purchase this canvas lamp. I highly recommend it. I also love my little laptop stand. I went for a while without it, and I just felt like it was necessary, especially for when I'm doing studio calls, and I feel like it's just a little more flattering to have the camera angle straight ahead rather than pointing up at me. But it's also nice to have it up above, raised off the desk a little bit, and there's space to put things under there. I've got just a trash can and my blue shop towels. And this is the awesome easel that I have had since I probably pulled it out of my parents' basement when I was a teenager. So it's been really handy. Like I said, it was my grandpa's before he passed away, just before I was born. And then over here, this here is where I store all of the art supplies that I might use from time to time. So I do have more art supplies down in the basement, and I invested in some plastic bins, and they're clear. So I put all that stuff away in the plastic bins, and they're tucked away down there, just out of the way. And I can see what's in them if I need to. And I have gotten into them a few times already the last 2 weeks, but it's not necessary for them to be in here. Can you hear my daughter out there screaming? Okay, so let me show you what's inside here. And it is pretty dark. We're going to open these up, show you real quick what's inside. So we have just some more oil supplies, liquids, a mortar and pestle back there. I'm going to start making my own paints soon with pigments, which I'm super excited about. This crazy little monkey that I made in ceramics class back in high school, I had forgotten to fire it after doing the first glaze, and then I glazed it again. Anyway, it's kind of crazy. But it turned out really weird and awesome. I just kept it ever since. So, and then down here I've got more brushes, a huge bucket of, what do you call it? Gesso back there. My color cubes, more paper towels, forgot we're in there. And then it's really not that organized yet. And then down here I have more paper towels. And here I have my high resolution scanner, which I use for scanning my artwork for licensing. And then I've got more tripods there, and then a bunch of tech in there. It's pretty simple. I don't have a lot up here, and it's actually really nice. My studio situation is all new and totally different than our last place. So about a year ago, I created a studio tour video. It was a wonderful room. It was a place that provided closed doors. I was even able to lock it if I needed to, which was helpful because our youngest was really little. It was really great. I really did love it. Near the end though, I found myself painting in there less and less, to the point where these last few months I was not painting in there at all, basically. We had some really great south-facing windows, and I slowly, over time, moved all my art supplies to this big bay window, because as much as I tried to make that studio work for painting, and I talk about that in my last art studio tour video, that it didn't have any windows. It didn't have any natural light, and that was really hard for me because I need light so bad. I think everyone does, but I'm especially sensitive to it because we've lived in basement apartments for a decade. One of the first things I do every single morning when I wake up is I open the blinds and open the curtains because I have to have that natural light so bad. But yeah, I wasn't painting in there anymore. And when I knew we were moving here, I knew that there wasn't going to be a dedicated studio room for me. And I was a little bit worried about that because it was really nice to have a studio. But then I started to realize, well, hold on, I really wasn't ever painting in that studio anymore. And so I realized it wasn't that much of a necessity at this point in life. Our youngest is 4.5 now, and she's really good about never touching the art. So last year I spent a lot of time dabbling in different mediums, but this year I kind of came back to oils. Oils have my heart. Yeah, if you're concerned that you don't have a complete room all to yourself and to your art, that's totally fine. You can still be a professional artist and make good work without having a whole room to yourself. Figure out what works for you, find a good spot with good lighting, and preferably a place where you can keep the art supplies out. If not, that's totally fine too. I had phases in my life where I was having to move everything up to a top shelf after I finished painting just to keep the younger ones from getting it. So do what you can. But whatever you do, don't stop creating. Don't stop painting. Just make it happen. Even if it's 15 minutes a day, do something creative because it's all going to add up and you will see the results over time. And I promise you, your future self will thank you. Coming up here pretty soon, I'm going to release a video where I talk about the various income streams in my art business and what percentages of my income came from where. And specifically, I'll be talking about art licensing. And if you don't know what that is, watch my series all about art licensing. And if you haven't done so yet, sign up for my newsletter because I talk a lot about art business with a focus on art licensing. My newsletter subscribers get special bonuses and perks like introductory prices to my new art licensing course that is launching at the beginning of next year. So don't forget to sign up for my newsletter.